welcome back. I'm here with some more EA Sports UFC, and like I promised, this is my title fight. I'm going to be fighting Michael Bisping, and he's far better in every area than I am. I think right away, I'm probably just going to try and go into the clinch. You know, I'm not going to mess around with him. If he takes me down, I'm probably not going to do that great there. If I stand up with him, I just got to do the best that I can. So, just like any real UFC fight, if you've seen them on TV or even gone to them, you know, they have their walk-ins just like this, and they've got my credentials there. I'm an Ultimate Fighter winner, good at kickboxing. I've got 6 fights in a row that are all won by knockout. And Michael Bisping himself, actually, he won the Ultimate Fighter that he was on years back, and he's worked his way up ever since. I don't know if he's gotten a title shot yet, but he's extremely close. And I think he's had a few issues here and there, whether it's in or off the octagon that he's kind of dealing with, but he's right there at very close to his title shot as well. So we got him coming out right here. I'm just looking at the graphics of it. I mean, even from like a distance, you can see the hair on his arms and everything like that. And the more I play this game, I just think the graphics are just gorgeous. I think at times that it's kind of, for myself anyways, to tell the difference between if it's real life or if it's a game. And I know that, you know, obviously it's just a game and everything like that, but just some parts in the game, whatever, different screenshots and everything like that just look gorgeous. So you can see right there, whatever, that he's saying he adapts to any fighter, so I take it to the ground, he's going to be good there. If he stands up, he's going to be good there. And very explosive guy, you know, it just takes 1 or 2 punches or for him to knock me out, and so I definitely got to be safe with him. Right here, they're going over our age, our height, our weight. He's definitely got a little bit of a height and a reach advantage over me, so I'm hoping that the reach advantage doesn't play too much into it. Here's my fighter. I'm 17-3, 6 foot, 185. I'm from Portland, Oregon. That's actually where I was born and raised. And I always said that I'm right around 5'11", 6 foot, but if I was to fight in the UFC, I'd probably fight at about 185 because that'd be a good weight for me. And we got Michael Bisping. He's 30-8. He's definitely got a lot more fights than I do. Again, I said he was a little bit taller. We weigh in about the same weight. He's from Manchester, England. But going into this next one, you'll see every once in a while where the mouths of some of the people move, but there's just no words coming out. It's because of the PlayStation software that I'm using. I think for copyrights, they just don't allow you to use it. So basically, he's saying that for a good, clean fight, if we want to touch gloves, go ahead and touch them. So that's what we did there. And then here we go right into the fight. And like I touched on earlier, I'm not going to probably try to mess around with him too much, you know, because I know that he's going to be a stronger fighter than I am. So I think I threw a couple punches there just to see how he'd react, and my defense is never really that great. I always try to punch, and then I never think to block right away. And so obviously you could see a scramble a little bit there, and then automatically I just try and go straight into the clinch. Not always the funnest to watch, but I know that, you know, when you get this close into fights and everything like that, you just gotta try and end them the best that you can. You can see up in the top left screen up there where his name is, where it's his character up there. Any part of the body, like the head, the body, the legs, they'll actually start to glow or turn red when you hit them, and that's just when you can tell that the person's getting a lot of damage there. And so as we're fighting here, whatever, you know, I try and get him up against the cage, and he goes back at me a little bit. And to the casual UFC fan, I don't think they enjoy this part or just the wrestling, because it just doesn't seem like there's a lot going on. But from interviews I've heard from the fighters, they actually say that these are some of the tiring places to be in. Just from people hanging on you or you hanging on them, and just, I mean, imagine trying to carry an extra person's body, you know. You do that for a couple seconds at times just in regular life, and that'll tire you out. He gets me turned around here, and he's trying to body slam me, but I just keep giving him elbows, and I'm trying to get out of there, and so finally I shove him out, and I backed up a little bit and figured that if I can punch him a couple times, I'll soften him up and try and get back in there for the clinch. And so we're both going kind of wild throwing here, and he threw that knee, so I decided I'd back up so that I didn't get knocked out by anything coming in fast. So you can tell right there he gets a good liver shot, and I'm dazed, and he gets me with the knee right there, and the minute I hit the ground, I'm just trying to stand up as fast as I can. My head's glowing, I think my heart's pumping right now. I'm trying to get up. And so I get up and immediately you can see me go for the clinch right there. My head is just, there's not many shots left or whatever in order for me to go down. So I got about a minute 20 something here left, and I'm just going to either try and, survive or just try and get to a good point where I can just hang on to the end of the round. My stamina's not being able to regenerate very much because obviously I'm just fighting with him. So again, I'm going to hopefully try and get good position here, but you know that he's a great fighter and he's not going to let me just get that easy. Touching on some of the graphics again too, if you just look at the cameraman up there on the right, I mean you can see glare on the camera every once in a while when it goes by, and I mean just, like I said earlier, I think sometimes the more and more you watch it, it's hard at times to find out what parts would actually be real and what parts are just part of the game. With this one, whatever, I think they just the new game systems, they're crazy. So I'm trying to end the fight right here, and the end of the round comes. You can see my guy right here looking at me, So round 2 comes, and if you know any of the ring girls, I mean even looking at this, they look pretty good right there, whatever, that looks close to their facial expressions and everything like that, their hair, their smiles, and just, they point on in just about everything here. So we got the second round coming out, and after being dazed there, whatever, in that first round, I'm just trying to get the clinch, and see if I can't bang them up a little bit and do whatever I can to end the fight. Both of our levels are pretty high as far as stamina and endurance. I think my guy's a level 90 overall, and he's like a 92, 93, but it doesn't take many or whatever once you get with this alittle fighters for them to just take one punch at you. So you see me in the clinch here getting him, and it's head strikes landed 39. Yeah, right. A real person never would be able to do 39 strikes. They train for this stuff, and so I gotta believe I'm close. There you go, right there. That was it, and I finally knock him out. I just was relieved. I dropped the controller right away, and you can see my guy celebrating right here. And I have a replay coming up here in just a second, and if you look really close at it, just the graphics of how crazy it is right here. I mean, look at the hair on Bisping's arm, And then the back of my leg, and you look at Bisping's leg. I mean, that looks like that could be a real screenshot. Some of the people in the background, and just crazy. So we got Dana White here, and again, this is a portion of the game where you're not going to hear the commentary. But basically, if you've seen a UFC fight, you know what he's saying. If not, he's basically saying, I think at the 155 mark, because in the UFC they count opposite, then obviously just a 4:05 minute of the second round. But he's basically saying there at I think the 1:05 mark of the second round that I won by TKO, and then I'm now the new UFC middleweight champion. And you can see Dana put the belt on me right there, and Eve Levine looking at me like, yeah, whatever, dude. I put belts on people all the goddamn time. So you can see my guy walking around just cheering. And so as I get ready to close this out, I am going to have some footage of my first title defense, and we'll see where I go from there. Hopefully I can keep going up. Thanks.